Hi, this is Chris McDonald, and I'm coming to you from a little bit north of Charlotte, North Carolina, in actually a little town called Kannapolis. I have been doing social media for real close to 2 years now. I first started with an MLM, and whenever I started with them, once I decided and realized that social media needed to be added to my routine, I discovered that I really enjoy doing social media a lot more than I enjoy doing my MLM. It took me a while to realize that, and now I'm doing this full time. What I like to do is try and help small businesses or people that are new to social media to go ahead and help them through that haze of information. Sometimes you read about updates and do this, and now you can't do that, and you feel so lost sometimes, and it just feels like that you're in this fog of all kinds of information. And I want to be able to help people through that fog, help get them started on a great track so that their businesses can be a success. We've done some training so far, and this is our 7th class. And so we're going to go ahead and share my screen. This is not our 7th class. I'm so sorry. This is our 5th class. It's our 7th Twitter class. Okay, so here's my screen. This is going to be Twitter class number 5. Last week we went over Twitter lists, Twitter hashtags, and I gave you 2 handouts. One was on lists for Twitter, and another one was on hashtags. And that hashtags one gave you a lot of tools that were available to assist you, and I gave you screenshots to help guide you along. Now today we're going to go over engagement, and your handout is going to be Twitter tips. If you're using Twitter to try and gain leads, you're going to have to be very strategic in how you go about using it. Now you can post directly onto Twitter advertising your product, but it's always better to go ahead and drive traffic or people to your website or blog. If you don't have a website, then of course you can use that blog. If you do write a blog, the content that you share doesn't have to be limited to that one time. If it's good information that you wrote on that blog, you can go ahead and share it several times. You can usually take the information that's from your blog and put it on Twitter. You can also use the click to tweet. I've said before that whenever I have my blog, I try to give at least 20 click to tweets with social media tips on it, so that there are things that you would be able to use in your search for things that you can post on Twitter. You can just click to tweet and send it out to your fans. Personally, I post my blog on LinkedIn and on my website on Tuesdays. I already told you that I try to put about 20 click to tweets. Now there's a twofold reason. One, it helps those that are looking for tweets. And the second, it also drives people to my website. I put my blog on my actual website. And so what happens is in that click to tweet, I have new blog. And so if people want to click on that, they can go to that click from Twitter, and it will take them directly to my website. So what I want to do is get those folks to the website and drive some sales. In the meantime, I'm constantly trying to build up my list. Remember, with every platform, you don't own it. So trying to get that email information is going to be absolutely crucial. There's direct traffic, and then there's indirect traffic. Indirect traffic examples are using your blog or even events that'll lead people to your website or your blog. Your blog is actually your house, and that's our home, and it's going to drive sales if you're using it properly. So Twitter can send these people to that home. An example, like I said before, is the click to tweet, and then people are able to see the entire blog. You want that Twitter traffic to go somewhere. So you can start with a giveaway, and that'll make people want to sign up for the email. You can send out emails from there that will continue to provide value. From there, you can offer a low-cost product. Ensure that you continue to provide value to your customers. You can also drive that Twitter traffic to your Facebook page if you would want. This is an example of just one type of a sales funnel. This is where you start. You start out here and you're trying to get people, and you have a prospect. You're going to find out more information about that prospect. You're going to lead them through. They land on a landing page. They respond to the call to action. We convert them from just a prospect to a customer. So basically what happens is whenever someone is on social media, they're going to be right in here. If they have decided to give you their email, they're going to be here. What happens here is they're going to click and they're going to see that landing page. If you have ads out, this will be ad impressions where people may have seen it or clicked on it or done some kind of call to action on that particular landing page. So that's basically what it is that you're trying to do with your Twitter people. And actually this applies to all of the other leads that you're trying to gather. You can have a free giveaway that sends people to Facebook, and then they can get that free offer if that's something that you want to do. Or you can give that giveaway directly from Twitter. Now, I use 22 Social. It's a great app, and it allows me to sell my book using PayPal. It allows me to give a free sample. I can teach Facebook and Twitter classes directly from it. It also allows me to have my giveaways just by pressing a button for these classes. If you're interested in something like that, please, you can get the app for your Facebook website that has advertising on it, and they'll give you that for free. If you don't want to have the advertising already on it, then the cost is going to be $22 a month. For me, that investment has been absolutely priceless. You can go to this link for more information. That is my affiliate link. And what they kind of do is they have it so that if you get 3 people enrolled, then you no longer have to pay. So that's something that you might be interested in doing, especially if you think that you can get other people to go to that site as well. Another great idea that you may not have heard of is to have multiple streams of income. You do this by selling your products and using affiliate links. For example, that 22 Social link that I just gave you is an affiliate link. You get 3 people to sign up under your affiliate, and now your $22 a month is virtually free. My best performing lead magnet is, beyond a shadow of a doubt, my sample book with 40 images that people can use immediately on their social media platform. However, the paid version has over 400 images. This is something that I have done on my own. My first lead magnet was, let me go on here, I'm sorry. The funds from the ebook are going to go towards publishing my book and about my cancer journey. I'm also working on another product to sell and even more giveaways. The reason I change it is because people get bored. We want to find out what it is that they're really liking. So I can measure the response between my first example, which was an ideal customer handout, and my sample book. And I can measure the differences on how many more people I was able to attract, and how, if I give another giveaway, then I can go ahead and track and see if people like that one. So if people aren't responding to your lead magnet that allows you to go ahead and get their email, don't give up. Just try for a while and then test it and try something different. So you want to make sure that you're listening to your fans or followers. What is it that they actually want? Social media gives us a tool to be competitive, even as a small business that doesn't have an advertising budget. You want to be able to connect, of course, with your ideal customer. If you want to be successful, you have to have a service-based heart. Be willing to lead with value. Connect with people. All of your great leaders in every niche is doing the exact same thing. They're leading with value. They're providing answers in hopes that those answers will eventually lead to sales. People that help and serve do much better than those that just promote their product or their service. Let me go ahead and give you an example of a search. Let's say that you're a graphic designer and you want to do a little bit more work. So if you go into Twitter by using graphic designer, the results come back just a little bit funky. I did a screenshot of this for you. So I put in graphic designer. And here we're seeing different results, like this one is saying that you can go here to get a graphic designer. That isn't what I wanted. This one is saying that this guy is a graphic designer. So those aren't the kind of results that I was looking for. I was looking for additional work. So you want to use the words that your people use. Um, so, for example, you're going to be using words like need graphic designer. When I put those in the search bar, everything with a red arrow was a person saying that they need a graphic designer. So you see the difference there just between adding that word need or just putting in that word graphic designer. Sometimes you have to play around with it a little bit to see what it is that's going to work for you and your customers. On Twitter, you'll receive notifications that'll show you who has tweeted to you, as well as who has mentioned you, who's following you. All of that is going to fall under notifications. So you want to make sure, for example, here, um, thanks for writing festival blog. Here we have different people that followed me so far 4 hours ago. We have a tweet. Someone favorited a tweet that I was mentioned in. This is someone responding to my saying, thank you for following. And she wrote, hey, Chris, my pleasure. Have a wonderful day. So these are all just different things that you're going to see in that notification tab. Now, to start a communication, you're going to have several options. One is going to go to the Discover bar and scroll until you find something that you think you might be able to share or talk about. So I tried doing that, did a screenshot of it. So here we have the biggest losers in Facebook's recent purge of page likes, which was an interesting article. It was actually a blog post, and I actually posted that on my Facebook as well. But I went ahead and commented on it and shared it from Twitter. So what you can do is go ahead and hit that retweet button. And what happens is this is what it looks like when it comes up. And all I would have to do is click that retweet button. Another option is you can search by words that your customer might use, and you can start a conversation. If there's already a conversation that's going on, it's okay to go ahead and join it. Don't feel like you're interrupting it, as long as you're able to provide value. If you're going to interrupt it to say, hey, my product's perfect for you, people aren't going to be interested in that. They want to hear something that lets them know that you are actually listening to them, not that you're just trying to sell your product to them. You want to make sure that anybody that's followed you, you thank them. Thank anyone that added you to a list. One of the things that you want to do every day is to try and start 2 conversations from the main feed. You also want to start 2 conversations, new conversations from a list. So go ahead and create those lists like we talked about last week, and go ahead and find some conversations and join in and watch your numbers begin to grow. Personally, I love Hootsuite, and that's what your handout is going to be about, Hootsuite. For retweets, what you're going to do is open that profile summary, follow if appropriate, and then reply mentioning the tweet. You can move the conversation along by mentioning their name, saying something nice, asking a question. All of those are going to work perfectly. If you're on Hootsuite and engagement is starting, you can follow if you're not already following that person. Continue the previous conversation and then connect with them on Facebook. Look at their profile, look on the web, or ask for a like to the page and ask them to like back. So you would go ahead and give a like and then ask them to like back. If you have a direct message, you want to delete the spam and only leave what it is that you're planning to respond to. You want to make sure that you resolve any customer service issues and that you take care of them. Now, to increase engagement, you want to make sure that your tweets are under 110 characters. There's a limit of 140, but it's hard to retweet shorter. It's hard to retweet if you use all those characters. Shorter tweets are going to get a 17% higher engagement. If what people will have to do so that they're not over the number is decide what it is that they have to take out as part of that conversation. And they'll be rewording it and trying to work it out so that they can retweet you, but yet the meaning of what it was that you were trying to say could have changed totally. So do that editing for them. You can increase engagement by tweeting during daytime hours. It's said that the best times to tweet are between 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. What I would like to suggest is that you go ahead and check your account for sure and make sure that that's what's happening with your people. You can use Toroid. You can use that tool for free, and they'll show you when your customers are on and when is the best time, and they'll also give you some additional information. Weekends are not the time to take a break. Remember, engagement is 17% higher on the weekend. This is going to be true for your other platforms as well, not just on your Twitter platform. So don't forget, just because it's the weekend, other people are still going on social media, and the businesses are even going in and looking at those business accounts. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they have posted information. So make sure that you get out there, take advantage of those weekend days. One of the ways to increase engagement is to share images. Studies show that we have an increase in retweet by 150% just because an image was used. Buffer did some split testing. Buffer is an app that you can use to schedule your tweets and other social media platforms. But they went ahead and did the same tweet, one with and one without an image. The tweets with the pics won by a large margin. So make sure that you can use those images. It doesn't hurt to ask for retweets. People are often shy about asking for retweets, but the problem is this is a lost opportunity. If you ask for a retweet, you have a good chance of it being done. Make sure that you spell the word out, retweet, and you get a 23 times higher engagement on that. But you don't want to be asking for someone to retweet your post too often. Make sure that what you're asking them to retweet is something of value. You also want to use hashtags. Remember that hashtags are going to double your engagement, yet only 24% of tweets contain hashtags. Limit yourself to only 2 hashtags per tweet. If you have more than 2, your engagement begins to drop by as high as 17%. 92% of all Twitter interactions appear or happen when the readers click on links. So make sure that you have those links available. Make sure that that's something that you are using. If it's taking too many characters, you can go to Hootsuite and have the Owly part of Hootsuite go ahead and shorten that link, or you can go to Bitly and they will shorten that link so that you're not using as many characters. You want to stay away from lifestyle tweets. Celebrities can get away with tweeting about things in their life, but the least engaging words are going to be watching, tired, and tomorrow. People aren't really that interested in your personal actions. They don't care if you're so full from dinner, or that's just not something that business owners, or it's just the Twitter is just not the platform for that. You want to use a very strong call to action. You want to use words like please retweet, help, follow. How to focus on the reader and not the sender is going to be key. You want to create a sense of engagement with your followers. You want to send out at least 1 to 4 tweets a day. Some feel that tweeting too often does not increase your return on investment, but others have found that tweeting often works best for them. I believe that it was last week I told you that Kim Garst tweets every 83 minutes. And there was another person, I don't remember his name, I'm so sorry, but he tweets every 15 minutes. So what you want to do is find out what's going to work best for you and your followers. So my question, let me check and see if there's any questions going on right now, if anybody has any. Again, that handout is going to be Twitter tips and Hootsuite, why I love it, and you'll be able to get information off of that. I don't see any questions. If you have any and you're watching this after the live showing, go ahead and put your questions in and I'll be sure to respond to them. What I want to know now is, what platform do you want me to teach next? Comment in the stream below. Planning on doing blogging on 415. If you like that idea, go ahead and let me know. I want to provide you with things that you're interested in. I'm planning on having a class on Snapchat. And my granddaughter's going to do that one. She'll do the basic how you get started and set it up, and then I'll go in and talk about the business side of Snapchat. That's just not a platform that I know, and so I decided it would be best to go ahead and let her do it. But she felt a little overwhelmed at the thoughts of trying to do a training on business. So we have that coming up. Again, I have two handouts for you. The first one is going to be Twitter tips, and the other one is going to be using Hootsuite. How to do it, what you want to do, what you need to do daily. They're both very valuable handouts. You want to make sure that you get them. You only have to opt in once, and then you get both of them on the thank you confirmation letter. So go ahead and take advantage of that and make sure that you get it. I've enjoyed teaching this Twitter class to you. If you have any questions, again, please do not hesitate to give me a call. Shoot me a comment, and I will respond as quickly as possible. Have a really blessed day. Bye-bye.